Good morning, and it's a Sunday morning, bit breezy outside, the sun is shining, got to be thankful for small mercies. And this is the beast I'm working on today, the old Hayabusa. Yesterday I did the brakes, cleaned the brakes on the GSX 600, which is outside at the moment. So I'm going to take the exhaust off to give me more access to this back caliper. Not with that, I'm not. That's better. Yeah, yesterday I did the clean the front and rear brakes. No, the front brakes on my Corona 600, GSXR 600, and I did the front brakes on the Busa. This is how you want it to start out. Can't figure out how to use tools. Shouldn't really be out here. And then a bit of 10mm on here. Like that. Get that out of the way. That's a bit better. Like that. What else do we want? More light, I think. That's a bit brighter. Okay, loosen the pin. Or not. There we go. Always a bit terrifying. Like that. That's the pin out. Doesn't look terrible. Again, it's just surface grime. That's a 14. Lost everything. Lost my marbles. And that's a 10. So I haven't got the right sizes for them. Back in a mo. Try again. Try again with my 10. It's got to come all the way off because I want to get into the piston. Plenty of grease on that, look. Nice. Nice. Not so much on that one, but still some on there. Right, so you should come off like that. On the, they sit in the clip. Come on, out. Out. Thank you. So a little bit low. A little bit low or not a little bit low? Just have a measure up. 2mm. And have we got even wear? 2mm. So I've got the sintered brakes, double H EBC FA419HH. 30th of the first 23. Is that the expiry date? So I've got some out of date brake pads. It's the trouble with buying it cheap. And on the back here it actually says inspect brake pads regularly and replace when 2mm of friction material remains on the backing plate. So these are only 4mm. They're only 4mm thick. I'm saying that, I'm going to check it anyway. These look fatter than the front ones. Blimey, these are like 6mm. What's all that about? 6mm. Where's the bloody fronts? That fronts? Yeah. That's fronts, look. The pad material on there. 4mm. Didn't realise the backs were so fat. My back is so fat. My rumpus. Well, there you go. That surprised me. Yeah, as I say, the fronts, they had something in there, look. Taking some gouges out. Nice. Where am I at? Piston. Yeah, it's just the edge that's got a rusty surface, which is more likely to be the back of the pads, because I like the idea of that. So get some cleaning stuff in there. Pump that out a little bit, not too much. You can see how much of that piston is showing. Yeah, you got surface rust on the edge and the actual outside. Oh no, there's some rusty bits underneath the shitty bits. What do I need? Some brake cleaner and a handy toothbrush. You know that toothbrush? That's handy. Yeah, I've been doing, as I say, I've been doing the brakes this weekend on both my bikes. Well, I say both. I've got 3. I'm that lucky. But 2 of them are used in all the weathers. There's the old woman. We'll have to cut this short. I'll pick this up again in a moment. Okay. Breakfast with the missus, success. Neighbours on the lawnmower, sorry if that's annoying, but it's his fault, not mine. So, continue cleaning. That is a bit more evil than I thought. Use a soft, whatever they're called, Scotch Brite. See where we get with that. Okay, so there was pitting, rusty pitting, just in there, and I've gone over that with some 1500 grit, and I can't feel any ridges through my dodgy gloves. That's just, yeah, it feels nice and smooth. Not going to know whether I'm going to burst a seal or that'll enable a leak. I don't know whether that'll go back far enough to interact with the hydraulic seal. It's definitely going to be touching the dust seal, because this needs to go right back to get these new pads in. Possibly that far. And then regarding the brakes themselves, let's zoom you in, master of fuck all. Then whether you can see the shape of the clip, but where is it? There. These edges here fit nice and snugly in that clip. I'll do the back one first so you can't see it. Very conveniently, I can't see it either, so why don't you want to go in at the top? Let's do this one first. What are you seeing? So yeah, that goes in there, and at the same time, perhaps we just need a bit of forward motion on this. Screwdriver's too big. There we go. So yeah, see, it goes in behind the clip. I'll zoom you back out and try and get the back one in. It sits in there, it's around there. Like that. And then I will just do a test fit. I don't know whether that piston's far enough back. Oh yeah, plenty of room. Plenty. They're all greased up pretty darn nicely. Sure, this pin's meant to move. Isn't it? It's a floater like the... It is, isn't it? It's meant to move. Oh yeah, we've got some oxidisation going on in there. We've got nothing to hold against it. I'm sure that's... Hence the gaiters, it's got to be free floating, hasn't it? Yeah, because it moves on the bolt. That screws in, and then the whole caliper's meant to float, and if that's not moving, it ain't floating. Is that right? That is right, isn't it? Tell me that's right. I don't understand how these boots are though. That looks... almost looks like that boot goes right the way through. Oh, I see. Do you take the pin out first? take this out. So that wants to be the boot wants to be taken off of that. Let's get a thingy. Whatchamacallit, a picky thing. Let's get a picky thing. Take that off of there. Now the pin should be oh, that's a bit cannibalistic. That won't grab that. It's off that side, it's off that side. Just slap it through as far as I can. It's gone back on there, sitting on its little recess again. You get off of there, and then we still can't. When I say we, I mean me, animal. I think this is going to need gave me hope then. It definitely moved. Come on, you. I'll help you if you help yourself. Ha 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 ha! You little tease. Come on. Come on. Eee. That's as dry as a bone. As dry as a bone. I'll take it that comes out like that. So we've got corrosion in there, but the old thingy jig, you know, the whatchamacallit. What is it called? What is it called? Oxidisation. There you go. Some crusty lumps in there. That looks a bit better. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. It's not quite fulfilling my dream. That'll do. That'll do. Right. Got no splits in the boot. The front edge is a bit frazzled. So it goes back in there like that. Beautiful. And the pin itself is clean, but ultimately very dry. Right, that's a lot cleaner than it was. Now to make it less dry, and being that this is a Hayabusa, you need the Silcoline Pro RG2 synthetic See, that's easy to use. So synthetic racing grease. Yeah, maintain. If only I'd done it sooner. There we go. Now it moves. It's also covered in grease on the outside, but you ain't got to worry too much about that. Mainly because it's my bike and I'm bloody doing it. Get rid of the excess. Make sure that rubber's on properly, yeah. That's a bit different. That's a bit different. There you go, there's another happy story of neglect. Dickhead. Yeah. That'll go on like that. That'll go back there like that. Yeah, the back pin is threaded at the start, so it threads into this bit, and then the whole caliper, get off, the whole caliper floats on this bit backwards and forwards, whereas the bottom one, bottom bolt that I just freed off this bottom spacer bushing thingy, whatchamacallit, bolts into the through the caliper to the caliper mount. As I say, the top one bolts, screws to the caliper mount and then goes into the caliper, so the whole thing is floating. If you've got one, you'll know what I'm talking about, but that's how it is. But the back one also has a boot on it, which you want to get, well, I don't know whether you do. Some people do, some people don't. Can't really see it. That goes there somewhere. Let's throw that bolt back in. It's got a heavy layer of grease on it. So that one goes in there like that. And then this one, that's probably why this one hasn't got the grease on it, because it's this spacer bit that wants to be moving backwards and forwards rather is that in? It is. Still a bit of grease there. Why are you still plopping grease out? So the one at the back, just want to make sure the boot connects, or else all this shit's going to go in there and seize that side of the fun up. That's all good. Right, the pin, which, as I say, bit of road grime on there, but nothing terrible. Give it a bit of Scotch Brite. See where we get to. That's the worst of that off. And I am going to put a bit of copper grease on the threads of that. Like that. Is it that one? Here's that one. Pinch it. Make sure pinched. pinched, wipe off the excess copper slip, and there you go. See, you hold the bike still, you got that free floatedness. Can I zoom you in on that? You see the pin here. So as the piston pushes out, this has got room to manoeuvre. Well, no, sorry. As your piston pushes out, so the whole caliper pulls this way to pull the back brake pad onto the disc, and that will come so far until they actually clamp. Got grease coming out the fucking back of that. Don't ever put grease on anything to do with brakes. Famous last words. Alright, so pump the brake up. There you go, all that play's taken up. So it was seized. I thought the piston would be my problem, but there was a little bit of rust on there. Hopefully that's not going to break any of the seals, but ultimately it was this pin here that was seized, which would have stopped some of it being pulled through. I did have uneven wear, didn't I? There's not a lot in it, but you can see the bottom one has definitely got more juice on it than the top one. Not by shitloads, but enough of a difference, so it's probably been seized for a little while. Yeah. Anyway, that's that done. I'll stick the exhaust on off camera so I can get you all out of the way and mess about with it, but that's some old fat bloke in a shed that he'd rather was a garage. Yeah, we're going to stay here. For those that know, my mum's recently died, which means the house is mine. We had it valued yesterday. I thought it was worth about £4, but it's £4.50 apparently, so that was quite a nice surprise. But it's a good sized house. It's just the fact I ain't got a garage. I want a garage. Anyway, that's all done. So we are going to be staying here. So what I'm considering is, because at the moment I have two gates there, and I come up here and I have to manoeuvre the bikes around there to get them into the shed, and then manoeuvre them, hang on, just shut the door, manoeuvre them here again. I'll come in at this angle and then I have to manoeuvre them again to get them over here parked up, because it's usually mediocre, the Corona on the ramp, and then the booster over there. The only one I have real troubles with is the booster. It's 270 kilos, probably with the dirt on it at the moment, it's probably about 290. And it's quite a lump to manoeuvre. And it's all low down. It's not like my old adventure bike, well, like a V-Strom 1000, similar sort of weight. Is it a similar sort of weight? I think it's around there, 250 or something. But it's high, so you can manoeuvre it better. So what I want to be able to do, because the decking gets really slippery when it's wet or icy, and is lethal. So what I thought was, I'm going to cut this side of the shed out, take the fence panels out behind it, and this then will be the door. And then I can just come in here, come straight in here, straight onto this wooded area, the floor, in fact, and that would be easier to manoeuvre. With the Busa, I've got the paddock stand with the wheels on it, which doesn't run too well on my decking, especially with those gripper rods on it. So it'll be a lot easier, if need be, to put the Busa up on that paddock stand and then spin it in this area. So the two electric bikes, which we hardly ever use, are going, which makes all this space my turning circle. And the Busa is from this shelf here, I know it's lower, but from this shelf here to that electric box there, that's pretty much the width of the Busa, the length of the Busa, sorry. So it should just about turn around. You know, I've got this area back here that I can mess with, but that's the plan. So instead of moving, we're staying. I'm going to cut that out and make the entrance here. I'll still need these doors for days like today when I can just shove a bike out onto the decking. I can't leave it in my back passage, because that's my neighbour's back passage as well. Well, it's not, it's my back passage. He's allowed access over it. So I can't just leave it out there, so I need these doors. And also, obviously once I come in and I've sorted the bikes, I need to be able to get out and get up to my ass, as such. So that's the plan, staying. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, just waffling really. But yeah, staying. Mum died, house is mine. Gonna stay. So there'll be even more neglect on the bikes, because the old woman wants the whole house sorted. She doesn't want it sorted soon, more like yesterday. Taylor Swift. Anyway, that's more than enough fucking waffle. Back brakes, front brakes, all sorted on the Busa. Nice new shiny pads. Beautiful, looks as though you care. And yeah, that's about it really. Thanks for watching. See you again. Anyone who lives local, that's a Carrera bike. It is disgusting, but it's all lovely. And then there's a, whatever that is. Probably sell both for about 700 quid. Batteries are in good nick. They've always been stored in my lounge with the chargers. Definitely needs a clean, but it is only, you know, same as the bikes. They are disgusting because they haven't been used. There's a little bit of surface rust on the headstock bolts. But yeah, if you live locally and you want a couple of electric bikes, 700 quid the pair. Can't see what the wife's one is. It's a Pendleton Summer Bee Deluxe, and I put the straight handlebars on it because she didn't get on with the, is it those ones? Those ones that sort of sweep back at you. So it's got straighter handlebars on. It's a lot more comfortable to ride, and it's got a duck with a propeller on it. Again, got surface rust and stuff, but I think the 700 quid for 2 electric bikes. Anyway, enough advertising. Mediocre. Anyway, that's enough. That really is enough. Thanks ever so much for watching. Thanks for being there. Maybe I'll see you again. Ta-ra.